Give me the NFC team you like. We're so focused on the AFC. The NFC team you like going into 2023 and training camp starting next week is?
Rich. Mm-hmm. I'm more and more of a believer in the Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Okay.
I am.
Let's dig in. What do you got?
I listen. I don't subscribe to, everyone has doom and gloom on the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, going from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. I get it, but here's what I also know: that is a very talented roster. Very talented roster. Mm-hmm. I think that defense is going to be very good. And they got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. They got an elite offensive line. They got two really good running backs. They got wide receivers last year that showed you glimpses. If Aaron Rodgers had been in the offseason program, maybe those guys would have been clicking a lot earlier in the season. But they have weapons on the outside. They added to it in the draft. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to come out and surprise this year. I do. I think they're going to vie for the NFC North, because they have that type of talent, and I'm a believer in their coaching staff.
And then how far do they go? Because obviously that's Jordan Love. Are you just describing to the fact that, they're going to do it again at the quarterback spot with somebody who sat there for 3 years waiting on Hall of Famer? Are you really thinking that, or what?
Listen, the chances of that where you just going from back to back to back as far as Hall of Fame quarterbacks, I'm not there, but I do think Jordan Love has he's in a situation where he can be successful coming right out of the gates because he's surrounded by talent. He's been there 3 years. He knows the system. He knows the inside and out. He knows the guys on the team. He knows the personnel. He's comfortable with the personnel. So I think he has a chance to hit the ground running. They have talent on both sides of the ball. So that's the team I'm looking at, Rich. I'm looking at the Green Bay Packers to do well this year.
Yeah, I'm with you with that. I think the receivers that showed some flashes last year will, I think, be well served to have their quarterback be someone from their age peer group. I do think there is some plus to that, right? I mean, you've been in locker rooms left, right, up, and down. Don't you think that there's going to be some sort of added benefit because of that, right?
Absolutely. And I also subscribe to guys making big jumps from year one to year two.
Okay.
And so we see the struggles that, Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, had in year one, and they got better as the year went on. But I think now with a full off season and working with Jordan Love in the off season program, those guys can come out blazing this year, as opposed to last year being rookies and not really having that chemistry with your quarterback, especially during the offseason.
So who has a more successful year? And by that I mean threaten to win the division and then potentially win it, make a playoffs, win a playoff game, become a Final Four team in a conference. Which has a better shot to do that? The Packers with Love, Rodgers with the Jets. What do you got for me, Damien Woody? Let's go. What do you got?
I'm gonna go Jets with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Jets with Aaron Rodgers because you're talking about a Jets team that had one of the best defenses in the league last year, mm-hmm. and they're returning 9 out of 11 starters from that group, so they should be just as good, if not better than they were last year. And Rich,
yeah.
you watched the Jets game as well as I did.
Yes, sir.
The Jets quarterback situation was one of the worst situations in the league, and this team was still on the verge of making the playoffs late in December. And now you're telling me, oh, by the way, we're going to put Aaron Rodgers on this roster. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, man. Like a determined, ready-to-go Aaron Rodgers on this Jets roster? I'll take that all day, every day.
That's because, Zach Wilson and Mike White and Flacco, when they all had to get in towards the end of the season, squandered the terrific start that they got off to because of how terrific that defense was in a place, by the way, like Green Bay. Quinnen Williams was in, Rodgers was in Quinnen Williams' lap like Quinnen was a mall Santa Claus, man, so that was huge. but they squandered that. And part of the reason why the Jets did get off to that start was not just the defense, is because of how terrific Bryce Hall was. I mean,
Absolutely.
Before he blew his knee out, one of the best home run hitters to be drafted that I've seen in the 20 years that I've been in the NFL, and that's a fact. That is not Jets fandom coming out. I mean, the way he would hit a hole, the matchup problems that he created on a poor linebacker that got stuck on him, that's what I want to see in Hard Knocks. I don't know if the Jets will let that one out, but I want to see how Hall looks. I want to see if we can see how Hall looks in training camp, because if he looks the way that he looked last year and he comes back, and Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, your reigning rookies of the year, are playing step-up type football in year two, man, that offensive line has to protect, just to bring it all full circle. I'm with you.
Yeah, I can't understand how valuable Bryce Hall was to the Jets last year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, anyone who watched the Jets, particularly on offense, Bryce Hall was that guy. Like, he was the guy. He would have been the runaway offensive rookie of the year last year if he hadn't gotten hurt. And if he comes back right,
oh boy,
I mean, man, watch out. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't talking about how, Zach was not reading defenses properly when Bryce Hall was just blowing past second lines of defense. Obviously, it helped that the Browns blew that Week 2 game against Flacco and the Jets. But put it all together, though, you think the Jets have a better shot at a successful season than the Packers would love, even though you think the Packers would love are being overlooked. Just to put a fine point on.
Listen, I do. I think the Jets are just a little bit further along. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, the Jets defense is elite. They got weapons. They got weapons all over the place as well. So I get an edge to the Jets, but I just think that the Packers, people who are, just down on the Packers, think the Packers are going to be in fourth place. I think they're mistaken. I think the Packers are very talented, and they're going to be sneaky good this year, in my opinion.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.